A lot of times, guys, when I have conversations with people, I ask them, hey, what does your job offer right now in terms of retirement planning? And there is a lot of people that just don't know. They don't have a clue because they're not following through with some of this low-hanging fruit at their job and learning as much as they can and maximizing the opportunities that are there for them at their job. Hey guys, on this quick video, I want to give you 7 strategies to maximize your job's retirement plan. If your job offers some type of 401k, 403b, 457, whatever it may be, if your job offers a retirement plan, you've got to be getting the most out of it. I'm going to give you 7 things. I want you to pay close attention to number 3 because number 3 is one that most people mess up. So number 1 is this: you've got to get the information. You have to get as much information as possible from your human resources department at your job, whether it's in person and you walk directly in there and ask them questions, or if it's online. You've got to get as much information as possible about what your job actually offers in terms of a retirement plan. So do yourself a huge favor. Make a commitment to go into your job and start learning. That's the first thing you got to do, guys. Information is king, and you want as much information as you can get. So I know it's boring, but take the pamphlet, start reading, start learning, start asking questions, but you've got to gather information, because the more information you gather, the more informative a decision you will make, a better decision you'll make about your future when it comes to retirement planning. Now, number 2 is this: you need to understand what options you have. What options does your job have for retirement planning? Now, your job is required to provide you with information when you first walk in the door, right? Now, for a lot of us, we just pass right over that information, want to sign on the dotted line, right? Me included, right? I've done that myself, but we need to go back and revisit that so we know what options we have. As boring as it may be, look over the information, and don't just look it over, but begin to understand it. So number 1 was know it. Number 2 was start to understand, get in the weeds of the information that your HR at your job, human resources, whatever they provide for you, you have to begin to understand the information and understand, what are you enrolled in, or what options do you have to be enrolled or not enrolled? Again, information is king, not just knowing the information, but number 2, understanding the information. Now, number 3, I told you to hold tight for number 3 because most people mess this one up. Number 3 is you need to review the various stocks, bonds, mutual funds, index funds, all of the type of offerings that your job has for your retirement planning. You need to know, what are all the different investments that your job invests your money that you put towards retirement, right? If you're putting money towards a 403b or a 401k, then what is your job doing with the money that you're putting in? Where are they investing that money? What types of investments are they investing in? You need to know that specifically. Now, a lot of us know a little bit about, our 401k at our job, our 403b at our job. We know some information on the surface level, but now I want you to dig deeper. I want you to dig in to know exactly where they're putting your money to grow. And that way you can understand more about your particular options that you have. Now, don't be intimidated by this learning, right? If you've learned enough to, at this point in your life, to actually get the job, then trust me, you can learn all the information about what your human resources has to offer you in terms of retirement planning. This is information that you can learn, trust me. And it's critical that you know what they are investing your money in, because that gives you an idea whether or not you even want to utilize what your job offers. Do your research, right? Do your due diligence so you know what's going on. And if you don't feel comfortable with the types of investments that they invest in to grow your money in your job's retirement plan, you don't have to invest there, right? That's an option. You can invest there if you want, but you don't have to do it. You can always do some outside investing, set up your own brokerage account, and go from there on your own. Now, number 4 is this: if your job offers a match to a 401k or a match to a 403b, get the match. Whatever you do, get the match. If you like their investments from number 3 that I just mentioned, then you need to make sure you're investing in your job's retirement plan and you're getting the match. And when I say getting the match, I mean getting the maximum. If your job says we match up to 5%, you need to be putting in 5%. Just think about it, guys. If somebody said, hey, if you put in $100, I'll put in $100 for you to match your $100. Guess what you would do? You would probably put in the $100 so you can get their match. You want to get the match, guys. It's almost like free money. So you don't want to leave that money on the table. Now, if your job doesn't offer a match, then maybe you consider putting a little bit towards your job's retirement, but then again, going out and getting your own brokerage account set up so you can do your own investing. Now, number 5 is this. I want to challenge you to increase the amount of money or the percentage that you put towards your job's retirement plan. I want to challenge you to say, hey, look, don't just put 3%. Don't just put 2%, 4%. Stretch yourself, right? Take this opportunity of this low-hanging fruit opportunity that every time you get paid, you can put money towards a retirement plan. Take this opportunity and really begin to go outside the box. If it takes 10%, go ahead and do 10%. Go ahead and do 15%. Go ahead and do 20%. Whatever the maximum you can do, go all the way up there if you can, guys. The point is to get the very most out of it. If you plan to be on your job for 5 or 10 or 15 years, there's no guarantee you're going to be there, but you may end up being there 20 or 30 years. Who knows? The point is you want to be getting this automatic investment and you want to be putting in as much as possible. Listen, I realize right now that, wages aren't keeping up with inflation. Inflation's been through the roof over the last year or so. And I also realize that people don't have a lot of extra discretionary income like they used to have. I totally get it. But try to find a way to do as much as you can towards your future self, towards the retirement money that you plan to live on as you get older, right? Because the best person to take care of the old you is the young you right now. If it means stretching yourself a little bit while you're young and still have the energy to do it, do it. More than 20% of Americans don't have any savings at all. And less than 50% of Americans can even come up with $1,000, right? When you get 60 and 70 years old, you don't want to be that person. So how do you avoid it? You can avoid it by making sure you stretch yourself right now and put as much as you can towards your job's retirement plan. Don't just settle for the 3% or whatever they auto enroll you at. Go above and beyond. 10%, 15%. A couple of good strategies you could use, guys, is every time you get a raise at your job, don't take the raise. Instead, increase the amount that you're putting towards your retirement plan at your job. Or another strategy is every single year, increase your retirement savings by 1%, right? If you're at 5% today, next year, go to 6%. 1 year from that day, go to 7%. And next thing you know, guys, in 5 or 10 years, you'll be putting aside 10, 12, 15% of your money, and you really don't necessarily miss any of it. But give it a shot. Just a couple things to think about to try to up that amount that you're contributing to your retirement plan. Now, number 6 is this. When you leave a job, if you ever leave the job, which everyone's going to leave a job at some point, but if you leave for another job, always be sure to either transfer what you have in there or roll it over to another retirement plan at your new job. So you never want to have them send you the money, because when they send you the money, you're going to pay a penalty on that. If you're under the age that you can withdraw the money penalty free, you're going to see a penalty, and it could be a hefty 40, 45% that comes off the top. So you never really want to see the money until you're ready to withdraw it without the penalties, right? So when you go to your human resources office or you look them up online, be sure to ask the question, what do I have to do if I separate or leave this job to make sure that you guys roll it over to my next employer's retirement plan? Or what do I have to do to transfer this money to my next employer's retirement plan? Very important you ask that question and get the answer to that question so you know what to do in case you end up leaving the job. Because if they mistakenly send you the money, then that triggers an IRS event, right? And it triggers penalties, like I said before. And it's a great way to lose 40 or 45% of all of the money that you saved up in that retirement plan at that old job. Now, finally, number 7 is this. Number 7 is simply do not touch the money. Do not, whatever you do, until you're ready to withdraw the money, don't touch it. Don't borrow from it. Do your very best to hold off, to delay it. Listen, guys, the best way to make sure that you don't get into a tight squeeze in an emergency is have an emergency fund on the side so that you never have to worry about touching your retirement money for any loans or any withdrawals, right? You want to build that emergency fund so that you will not touch your retirement because you want it to grow and grow and grow and keep growing over a long stretch of time. Time is your greatest asset when it comes to building up your money, right? Because you want to take full advantage of compound interest, and time really helps compound interest. And we never know what's going to happen with unemployment. Right now, unemployment is very, very low, right? 50-year lows is what we see in unemployment. But guess what, guys? In another year or 2 or 3, unemployment could go up. And if unemployment goes up and people start losing jobs, people are going to want a stash of money they can get to quickly. And you can cut down the possibility that you will go for your retirement money as emergency money if you have a stash of emergency funds set aside for emergencies. So commit to saving emergency money so you don't touch your retirement funds at your job. Listen, guys, on this video, I really wanted to give you 7 strategies to maximize, get the most out of your retirement money at your job. It's low-hanging fruit, guys. And a lot of times, guys, when I have conversations with people, I ask them, hey, what does your job offer right now in terms of retirement planning? And there is a lot of people that just don't know. They don't have a clue because they're not following through with some of this low-hanging fruit at their job and learning as much as they can and maximizing the opportunities that are there for them at their job. So, hey, I hope this information was helpful to you guys. Do me a favor, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not a subscriber, and also share the video with someone that you think needs to hear this information. And drop a comment below. Let's keep this conversation going. What is another way that you can get the most out of your job's retirement plan? Also, check out these videos right here for more on managing and growing your money. The best person to take care of the old you is the young you. Take care of yourself and always take care of other people. Until the next video, peace.